Hi there, everyone. My name is Christian Eschbach, and welcome to another one of my album reviews. Today, I am going to be taking a look at an album from Kotipelto. Okay, promised my girlfriend I was going to make that joke. My girlfriend Tracy got me into this band. I cannot say their name quickly. She says it at like this insane speed. Like, she's speaking in the proper dialect. So, what it is Kotipelto and Liimatainen. I hope I got half-ass close on that one, all right? That's the name of the artist, and the album is called Blackoustic. So it's Kotipelto and Liimatainen, okay? Said really slow so I could say it properly. All right. Tracy, am I off the hook on this one? I hope so, sweetheart. Sorry. So, Tracy bought this album for me after she bought it for herself, and I fell in love with it. She bought it for herself when we first started dating, and she brought it over, put it in the CD player. I fell in love with it instantly. And this is the album, okay? Check that out. That's pretty cool, right? So, it's all acoustic, just two dudes, acoustics. All the songs on this album are basically covers except for one. And it most of them come from either Kotipelto, solo material, Sonata Arctica, or Stradivarius, with a few other ones mixed in. I can't keep straight which one comes from those three, but I can keep straight where the other ones come from, okay? So, I'm going to get into this album because this album's really cool. And this is acoustic metal. The black acoustic, meaning black metal acoustic. I would assume that's kind of where they're going with it. I wouldn't call them black metal. That's definitely the wrong thing. They're definitely power metal, but black acoustic sounds cool. Anyways, so the album opens up with "Sleep Well." It's a good tune. Gets the album going and gives it a little vibe. Now, this whole album, because it is acoustic, it sounds like an unplugged album, okay? So it's got the vibe of an unplugged album. Even when it gets into good, solid, whoa songs, it still sounds acoustic, okay? Just keep that in mind. So, there's always kind of mild-ish kind of vibe because two guys with acoustic guitars. That's it, okay? That's it. That's it. So, Sleepwell kicks it off. Great song, gets it flowing, gets it going. You feel good. Nice way to warm up the album. I never knew this song prior to hearing this album. I have no experience with it. It works for me. I like the tune. That goes into the Gary Moore classic Out in the Fields. Now, I know it best from Thin Lizzy doing it. I've heard other people do it as well. Nightwish does a wonderful version of it as well. But this version of Out in the Fields is wow. Like, it just pops. Seriously, something to behold. And I just totally dig on it. I think I've got other covers of it as well. I'll have to go back and double check for sure. I want to say Steven Seagal's. If I'm right, it'll pop up. If I'm wrong, it'll correct me. Um, After that, we go into the song Black Diamond. Now, this is not a Kiss cover of Black Diamond, just so we're clear. It is, however, a really cool tune, man. Like, I really dig on this song and really get into it. Um, I will admit, a lot of me listening to these albums, I pay attention to with this stuff, especially with the way the vocalists sing. I'll be honest, power vocalists, they all kind of sound the same to me after a while. Like they all kind of sound like Bruce Dickinson, but they're not Bruce Dickinson because they all sing very operatically, but without the character like Bruce Dickinson does, without the storytelling kind of mentality. You know what I mean? Like they tell the story, but they sing it so operatically and beautifully and pretty. I kind of tune out. It's a little, I don't know. But because of that, I don't pay as much attention to the lyrics. So when you notice I don't talk about the lyrics too much on this album, that's kind of the reason why, except for the songs that I really know. But I love all for two guys with acoustics, man. What they do on this is just beautiful. I mean, like they shred They get the tapping going, they get the hammering going, they get the slides going, they get the bends going. Like there's stuff that they do that, it just they do wonderfully on here. It's fantastic. After Black Diamond is My Celine. This one's one of those ones that kind of I like when the album's playing, disappears when the album's not playing. It's just gone. Now, after that, we get into the Who classic Behind Blue Eyes. So obviously the acoustic parts are going to sound perfect when they're doing it, right? And they do. And they sing it so great. And really, this cover, okay? Like, I mean, the Who's version is totally, when it hits that heavy part, it gets all rocked out and blah, 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 blah. And, there's that Limp Bizkit freaking atrocity out there, okay? So screw that Limp Bizkit crap. This version is the most superior cover I have ever heard. It's two guys with an acoustic. Suck it, Fred Durst. So anyways, these guys just rock this song out. And when they get into the rocking part, man, don't be fooled. They get into the rocking part. Like, I mean, they really, it's like when you hear Pete Townsend going to town on an acoustic guitar, when you're listening to the beginning of Tommy, you're these guys rock the acoustic that way, man. Like, they just get it going, That is followed up by Hunting High and Low. I don't know this song so much outside of this album. I want to say that I may have put one of the CDs it came from in the CD player somewhere along the way because Tracy owns, them, hence the reason she's got this. She gets a lady boner for this album. So anyways, Hunting High and Low is a great song. Really good. Once again, though, when I'm not listening to the album, I kind of blank on it. But that's only because I don't really know these songs. These songs are still fresh to me. After there, we go to Where My Rainbow Ends. I love this song, and this is the one original song on this album that is original, from what I understand, just to this album. And I find it amazing because I would have swore this was a Dio song that they covered. Whether it be Dio separate or Dio in Rainbow, but I definitely has the complete vibe of a Dio song. And that's not to say that, oh, they're just ripping off Dio. No, this is just like this beautiful, beautiful song that, really captures a Ronnie James Dio essence to it. From there, we go to Speed of Light. I like Speed of Light. Speed of Light's a great tune. I know for a fact I've heard this one on other albums, and it's really fun. It's really good, and I really, really dig it. And what they do with it here on this album is fantastic. And I really like the way they kind of get into it acoustically and the way they really kind of grab into it and go. It's fantastic, absolutely thrilling. And from there, they go into Deep Purple's Perfect Strangers. Now, I personally don't mind the song Perfect Strangers. Like, I've heard Deep Purple's version of it, obviously, and I've heard live versions of Deep Purple and whatnot do it. But when I actually listen to this version of it, I'm actually totally thrilled by it. I absolutely love and adore this version of Perfect Strangers. And I think that this cover, in a lot of ways, exceeds a lot of the live renditions I have ever heard Deep Purple perform of this song. And realistically, that really is a high compliment. It says a lot about this cover. After that, it goes into Coming Home. I know I've heard this version on one of the whatever power metal original one it came from. I like this song. It is a great song. I really love the way they do it on here. I think it sounds fantastic. And it's got a great catch to it without being pop catchy. Like, that's one thing I love about all these songs. All these songs performed in here, they have these great hooks and these great catches to them. but they're not poppy, you know? Like when you strip away the overdone drum, the over repetitive drumming of power metal, and you strip away a lot of the electrical part of it, and you just take it down to the bare basics of two guys with guitars performing and singing these songs, it really, really gives some essence and some new flavor to these songs, and really brings out how good and how catchy some of these are. After coming home, we go into Serenity. Serenity is good tune. I enjoy it. Not too much to say outside of that about it. And then it goes into Rainbow Eyes. Oh, guess who that one's done by, folks? All right, so Rainbow Eyes, great way to finish off what would be the bulk of this set, and the bulk of the tracks on this album. It's not fast or anything, but it's great and it's intimate and it's beautiful, and it goes back to exactly why I thought Where the Rainbow Ends was a cover of somebody else's. All right, sorry. All goofiness aside, though, that is not the last track on the album. The last track on the album is a traditional, I believe it said, I read Finnish song. Okay. I am going to butcher this. I am so sorry. I am going to butcher this. It doesn't help that I'm trying to read it in somebody's cursive, and, you know, sometimes some letters are hard to make out. Carrielan Canelia? Canela? Cunella? My apologies. I know I totally butchered that. My girlfriend is laughing her ass off at me right now watching this. So, um, traditional song. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I don't understand a word they're singing. Not a single word they're singing. And it sounds so pretty and so nice. And it is a great way to finish off this whole album, this whole live set. I know there is a version out there that's got a bonus track that comes after that. I don't have that version. Sorry. Can't talk about it. This album is from 2012. I just discovered it last year, so you know at that point it was like 8 years old when I discovered it. I absolutely adore it. I put it in the CD player of my own volition on a regular basis because I think it is that wonderful. And these two dudes, those two dudes deserve some major ass props, man. They rock it the hell out on this album. So, if you are looking for a great unplugged album that you can enjoy and mellow to, I love this. I call this like a Sunday album. This is a Sunday morning album. Okay, you know, like I pop this in, and this goes great when accompanied, like if you're mixing up some CDs, you know, like say you got a classic 5 disc, you know, this mixes great with Jethro Tull, and it mixes great with, you know, pick an unplugged album, you know, but you can put it in there and it goes good with it and it works out well and it sounds really nice. Or, you know, you can mix it with other Storyteller albums, stuff like that. Great album. So I would recommend check it out. So that being said, leave a comment, suggest some, you know, Stradivarius or Kotipelto or Sonata Arctica. Leave a comment of any sort, really. Hit the subscribe button for notifications when a new video goes up. And otherwise, peace. Love you all and take care.